one shiny moment you're willing to da-da-da-da. We're getting closer to that song. You know what's funny? One shiny moment. We have not watched that in multiple years because we're at the Final Four.
We're there. They play it on the big screen.
They do.
Like the Jumbotron, but
you're not paying attention because you're trying to get under the court stealing towels.
Thanks.
You know I use that towel all the time. They're just
I was
going
gonna
to
say,
garbage.
did you I got a towel, and then you were like, I want one. And I was like, fine, I'll go find somebody towel. So
teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. No, it's we love those one shining moment videos, but you're right. It's like we're doing something on the court the last couple Final Fours as we will be this year.
Newspaper. We got the newspaper the 1 year that looks like someone shot me in the back while I'm doing this show. But little different intro. Welcome to College Basketball Weekly. We are so close.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Oof.
I can taste the chicken Caesar salad I had for lunch. I can taste March Madness. Great show, Sammy. We're back. We're going after it this week. No full court press this week at College Basketball Coaches Show. Just not a great time to schedule a coach just with the conference season winding down. And some teams are going to be playing conference this week, I might add. But
yes, it is. And that's not to say that you haven't interviewed a coach this week, because you have. We're going to get to that later this episode.
Yeah. We have a special guest, and we got real. We went raw, real, uncensored with LT. 5 questions with LT. We'll talk about this in a second. But, okay, so we have 7 different conferences starting this week.
It starts this week. Wow.
It starts this week.
People are going to get bids this week. 7
tickets are going to be punched. I'm going to start with the OVC in Evansville, Indiana. I am tempted to just get in the car and go. I'm tempted. I'm tempted with all these. But so interesting scenario. So the 1 and 2 seeds, which is Tennessee State, who's on fire. First year Nolan Smith. The Tigers are rolling.
Yes.
And Morehead State, Jonathan Maytox, who's been there for years, second-year head coach for Morehead State. Do you think he knows he handles the internet and computer issues better than Preston Spradley?
I don't know. We'll have to get him on the show and see.
I know. So both 15-5. So the key thing with the OVC, the 1 and 2 seeds only play 2 games. The 3 and 4 seeds, which is SEMO and UT Martin, Mr. Q, have to play 3 games. I am going to say, I want to say UT Martin just because we've had him on the show. He's a great dude, but I'm going to say Tennessee State. Nolan Smith. They're on fire. Now, the key is one of their losses was against Morehead State. So Morehead State's I think on a 7-game winning streak or something ridiculous.
I'm picking Morehead State because of their winning streak. They're getting hot at the right time right now. Yep. Crucial, finale win over Little Rock. It's their inconsistencies were early in the season.
Yep.
I really like the way Morehead State's playing right now. Don't sleep on some of these other teams. That double buy advantage in the OVC that
huge.
It's huge, but it's also kind of strange, because it's if certain teams get hot, like you say, UT Martin, offensive rebounding, 3-point defense is some of the best in the country that you'll see. And it's if they get hot, they can win. You have Lindenwood, which is the 6th seed. They're a giant killer. They swept Morehead State this season. So it's that's going to be a really interesting conference tournament. The double bye, I don't know if that's an advantage or not.
Wait till we talk about the Sun Belt, the longest damn conference tournament known to man. Shite.
I know, right?
If you're the bottom 4 seeds, you got to win 7 games or something ridiculous. You got to have 7 games, pay a mortgage, buy a house, and have 3 kids within that week. That's how ridiculous stuff is. Okay, so I'm saying Tennessee State. You're saying Morehead State.
I'm picking with Morehead. I like the way they're playing right now. They're getting hot at the right time of the year.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a really good, underrated conference tournament. I'm excited to see that one. All right, let's go to the A-Sun, the Atlantic Sun in Jacksonville, Florida. Starts March 8th. OVC starts March 7th. UCA, we had Coach Schulman. We just talked to him. We got his uncle.
Yes.
UCA, the Bears. And then you got APSU. Now, I'm curious if Austin P and Queens played together. It'd be funny if Grant Leonard had a sweater of Coach Gibson from APSU in his military fatigues. I think that would be hilarious.
I could see it in a sign, though. I could see it a sign in the student section.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. What do you think with that? What do you think with that one? I mean, it's you got UCA at number 1 seed, APSU number 2 seed, Queens at number 3, and Lipscomb number 4. Those are the only 4 teams with a winning record in conference. I think it's gonna be one of those 4. Who do you say?
I'm going with Austin P. I think Central Arkansas is pretty hot right now. They've won 13 of their last 14 games. Austin P, the best overall win percentage in the conference. I'm putting them as the favorite in this. I just think that they're the most, like when you watch 40-minute games, they're the most consistent in the conference right now.
Okay. I'd agree with that, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of the other three teams won it. So that's my pick. I picked everybody in the field. You know me. Big South. Johnson City, Tennessee, March 8th. Big up to Mark Simpson. Big up to my Panther crew in High Point. I love them. High Point. I'm picking High Point.
Yeah, I know. You're not going to like me.
You're picking Winthrop, you son of a...
I know. I like both teams. Obviously, we're huge High Point.
Are you pissed because Coach... I
didn't get a T-shirt. Get a T-shirt. There you go. You're right. No. I mean, I like Winthrop, and I like. Here's what I like about Winthrop. I like the way they play against High Point. Right. They beat
neutral
them.
site though.
I know. So here's the thing. That's why I'm going with Winthrop. They beat them at home by 18 points, 17 points, and then they only lost by 2 points at High Point, going into a neutral site game.
Yep.
The neutral site game here, it's 3 hours from each university. It's going to be a battle. Who shows up more? Who can turn that into a home court advantage, I think is going to win.
Or as I like to call what the officials call on the floor.
Sure. It's all good. But it's, if both of those teams make it to the finals, that's going to be an electric game. They're basically playing for their season at that point. I really like Winthrop. Like I said, the way they play against High Point, it's the best battle that High Point's had all year, playing against Winthrop. Winthrop's 13-3 conference record. Only team that has really consistently pushed High Point throughout the season. And I don't know if you know this, but they've actually won 4 titles as the number 2 seed.
All right. So you're just pissed that Flynn Clayman didn't get that T-shirt.
I didn't get a T-shirt. Coach Clayman.
Yeah. All right, whatever. I'm still going with High Point. I think that Winthrop High Point, if that does...
It's going to be an awesome game.
The one sneaky one is Radford Winthrop in the semis if they get to that. But that's going to be a really good one to watch. All right. Missouri Valley. I am so tempted to go to this one every year, and I keep saying I gotta. I think next year's the year. I want to go SLU, baby.
I think this year it's the 50th anniversary of Arch Madness.
Yeah, Arch Madness is different. All right, Belmont's the 1st seed, Bradley's the 2nd seed, Illinois State's the 3rd, Murray State's the 4th seed, UIC. Big up to Coach Eshan. He might get conference Coach of the Year for what he's done at UIC. Yep. Has been awesome. And the sneaky good 6th seed of you never know what to expect. Ben Jacobson, UNI. And UNI plays Bradley if it gets push comes to shove, and that's going to be interesting. So, who do you say, or what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, talk about a deep conference. I think their mantra, like when they promote Arch Madness, is Valley. The Valley runs deep, and I mean, how true is that this year? You've got 4 teams with 20-win seasons right now. I'm going to go with the consensus. I'm picking Belmont. I think I really like the fact that they lost their last game against Illinois State. I think it's gives them a mental refresh. You see this all the time.
All right, whatever you say, boss.
No,
you refresh my ass.
It's a mental refresh. Makes them even more. It makes them more dangerous heading into St. Louis. The fact that they kind of have that chip on their shoulder now as the 1 seed.
Who are you going with?
I'm going Belmont.
I'm going to pick one of the top 3 because number 4 never came on the show. The one that's interesting to me, Murray State is really interesting in Coach Miller's first year, and he hasn't been on the show. They lost to SIU, and they might play SIU in the tournament. So that's sneaky. I'm going with Illinois State.
Ooh,
I'm just going to throw it out there.
I like it.
Yeah, I like what's going on, and I don't believe in. I don't believe in, as a former coach and your coach, I don't believe in freaking mental refreshes.
So you don't think that if we lost the last regular season game and we went into the tournament as the 1 seed, you'd be kicking our ass all week?
I would be angry. Why do you ask me stupid questions to know the answers to?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's like Belmont's already a great team, and
I like Belmont.
Their recent loss it really kind of gave them a sense of humble pie, and basically said, "Hey, like if we're gonna do this, now's the time."
I like what Coach Casey Alexander has done in his alma mater. I give you that.
So you're picking UIC.
So you're picking SIU.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, I'd be proud if UIC won. I love
there you go Flames.
Doing, man. Go Flames, man. Worst fight song ever, but whatever.
All right, so you're picking Illinois State with Coach Pete on.
Yeah, I just think Illinois State. I think they were the favorite, kind of like Little Rock, 7th seed, but in their conference. But I think I like Illinois State. I just do, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, I don't know. So I'm going to go Illinois State. You're going to go Belmont. Okay. Summit League. Okay. Sioux Falls, March 8th. North Dakota State's the number 1 seed. St. Thomas, number 2 with Coach Johnny Tower, the Tommies. North Dakota's 3 and South Dakota's 4. I really like this conference. I mean, I'm struggling with this one because NDSU did lose to St. Thomas by 22 points.
Yeah.
I think this is the year of the Tommies.
Yeah. I'm with you on the Tommies. I mean, I really like North Dakota State as the number 1 seed. I mean, their inside presence as well as like their veteran poise, like it's unmatched in that conference. But St. Thomas, they're going to be shooting the 3. We know that. If they get hot, I don't think there's anybody in the Summit League who can compete with them. And this is the time of year where, if you're a shooting style team like the Tommies are, you can really go above and beyond what the predictions are. And I see the Tommies taking this.
Yeah. They have one of the best players in the league, if not best players in the league at St. Thomas. So Johnny Tower is eligible to go dancing this year. And, why not?
What a great story.
Yeah. That's especially with what we're going to talk about later on. A great story. All right. SoCon. All right. Asheville, North Carolina, March 9th it starts. ETSU is the number 1 seed. Coach Savage is doing just an awesome job there. I'm a huge fan of big up to Brian Taylor II. We're not related. At least I don't think so. But anyone named Taylor or Canadians always gain a big up for me on the College Basketball Weekly Full Court Network. Wolford, 11-7. I mean, that was a shit show. Coach has done a great job. They've done really well. Samford's 11-7. Mercy's 11-7. Western Carolina's 5th. But number 6, Furman. Do you ever think you'd see Bob Ritchie's Furman Paladins at number 6 seed in their conference?
No. Great team this year.
I know. So what do you think?
I mean, the easy answer is probably like ETSU. I'm pulling upsets here. I'm going Western Carolina. I think momentum is huge during conference time.
Wow.
I don't think anyone has better momentum going into the SoCon conference than the way Western Carolina's been playing. I'm going the Western Carolina Catamounts.
Yeah, I'm going to go. It's either going to be a 4, 5, or 6 seed. I think it's going to be Mercer, Western Carolina, or Furman. I think that's who's going to. I think one of those 3 teams is going to win it. So
I like it.
I like what you're doing. I'm not going to pick one.
You have to pick one. Like it's all good.
I could make many comments off the air like I do, but I'm not going to make one on the air because you'll ding. So and we've had Commissioner Gill on this show.
Yeah.
The longest damn conference tournament is the Sun Belt. It's like the never-ending story. 7 rounds. All right. The 11 through 14 seeds would have to win 7 games to go dancing. That's going to be tough. Troy. Coach Cross doing it again at Troy, 12-6. Marshall, big up to Marshall. Big up. And then Coastal Carolina's 3rd seed, 4 seeds App State with Coach Kearns. And I'm a big fan of Case and Jennings, 15.2 points per game. Troy has probably one of my favorite players in the comper, Victor Valdez, 15 points plus per game. Troy did lose to App State by 22.
Mm-hmm. So who are you picking?
Or
do you want my pick first?
I wouldn't be surprised if Troy wins because they really only have to win 2 freaking games to win it. So it's funny. Troy and Marshall only have to win 2 games to win the conference tournament. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go App State.
I like it. I'm going App State too. I think watching them blow out Troy by 22 points in the regular season. I also think that App State has the best defense in the Sun Belt.
Yep.
And I think defense is going to win this conference tournament. So that's why I'm going with Coach Kearns and App State.
Okay. I like them. They're probably all going to be wrong, at least mine once, but yours will probably be pretty right. Give me three teams that you would be scared to play against these next couple weeks. Three teams. I'm going to give you 90 seconds. We're not doing mid-major minutes because we pretty much did 13 minutes of mid-major minutes kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time of year you want to get hot. And, if you're on the bubble, you don't want to be playing hot teams right now.
Yeah, give me the hotties.
I'm going to start in the Big East. I'm going the DePaul Blue Demons. Yes. Well, Coach
just
Holtman,
quickly, I respond to Coach Holtman. He was working out without shoes on.
Yeah.
And I said, dude, what happened to your shoes? He said, my trainer told me to take them off. So I responded, Coach, I mean, I was going to buy a new pair since I still haven't sent you the check for $10 million.
There you go. I
love what they're doing.
Here's the thing. It's like the Demons are hot. I don't think that anyone's done a better job with turning a program around like Chris.
Can I just say something though?
I thought I had 90 seconds.
No, just wait a second. No, I'm interrupting. I'm allowed to interrupt. I'm older than you. Dwayne Peavy has made two good decisions in his life. Okay, at least two.
Sure.
Marrying his lovely wife and hiring Chris Holtman. That's all. Boom.
Yeah, I mean the Chris Holtman turnaround at DePaul's, I love it, and I don't think anybody's done a better job turning a program around the last 2 years with the resources he's had. Exceeded my expectations last year in year one at DePaul, just blowing out my expectations this year. I mean, currently has a standalone spot as the fifth best team in the Big East right now. Jumped ahead of Creighton by a half a game. Victory over Marquette this past weekend.
Two victories in Marquette.
Sure. Yes. I mean, they've swept Marquette. They've swept Creighton. I love it. This is a team you do not want to be playing at Madison Square Garden. They are proving something this year. They have a chip on their shoulder. They're growing their fan base back in Lincoln Park in Chicago. I saw a video of Kelly's Pub at the Creighton game. Places packed. They're packing buses, driving up to Milwaukee against Marquette. It gives me chills what Chris Holtman's doing there. He needs a contract extension ASAP because he is going to be a hot name during the offseason. I don't want to go there, but I know he's going to be getting calls. I think he's one of the best 20 coaches in the country. He's proving that why this year. Next team I'm going with right now is Colorado State up in Fort Collins, Colorado in the Mountain West. Currently on it. There you go. You got the cup there. I love it. Colorado State Rams on a 6-game winning streak. What Coach Ali is doing there in his first year as a head coach is great. Again, 6-game winning streak, final stretch of the season. Recent wins over San Diego State, UNLV. They're playing their best ball right now. You do not want to, if you're one of the, and here's the thing, Mountain West has a couple teams on the bubble right now. I think the only lock right now is Utah State in Mountain West. You do not want to be playing against Colorado State in the Mountain West tournament coming up.
Love it.
The third team I'm going with is the South Florida Bulls.
Bulls!
Currently 48th in the net, 54th in KenPom. It's a shame that they're being considered on the bubble right now. They're the team to watch in the American Athletic Conference right now. This is their best season I've ever seen them play. Probably their best season in their history of their program. Heading into conference play, offensive firepower, interior dominance, they're built the coaching staff just continually brings up Coach Mears' name,
love it.
Just they're playing for something really proud right now. If they can secure wins at Memphis and Charlotte, they'd be either one of those. They'll be the outright champions of the American League, but I think they need to win the American to get in. And if they get into the NCAA tournament, you do not want to be playing them first round.
No. I hope they come visit me in Buffalo. That'd be fun because that's Hodgson's an upstate New York guy.
Absolutely. So those are my three teams that are just they are playing the best ball of the season right now. Look out for them.
Yeah, I love it. I love that we have three connections to both. Both one is graduates. That's where we met. We've had Coach Holtman on the show multiple times. We've had Nico Medved, who's doing good things at Minnesota. They're going to be scary good in year two, especially. And then Ali Farak Ramesh We've had him on the show, and I mean, you live there, and it's great. And then obviously USF. I mean, we had Coach Amir on multiple times. We've had Coach Hodson on. We love the Bulls, whether it's Chad or their SID or stuff like that, or Micah, their other SID. So, so I decided to have my guy Travis Steele on the show.
Travis, he's having an okay season.
Better than okay, but okay. I just flat out, he said off air I can ask him whatever he wanted, and I said you got to be careful what I ask for, and I wish you were there to see that, because I would have loved to see your facial thing. So I go all over the place with him. We talk about his brother, we talk about anger management, we talk about his young daughter Aspen saying daddy you're a bad boy or something along those lines. We talk about potential moving situation. So it was really good. I mean, I love Coach Steele. I love what they're doing. I think it's phenomenal for the MAC. It's phenomenal for Miami. It's phenomenal for doing it the right way, building culture, building a team. And let's listen to Coach Steele with me, LT.
Let's get it.
All right, we haven't done this in a while. I kicked Sam off of this segment. It's kind of 5 questions with LT, we'll call it. We're with Travis Steele, obviously one of the hottest basketball programs in the nation, undefeated still. My first question for you, Coach Steele, okay? I texted you this weekend. I said you needed a hug, okay? You're very spirited on your game against Western Michigan, kind of all over the internet, as they call it. If you haven't heard of that in Oxford yet, it's called the internet, the World Wide Web. Would you say, in that instance where you got spirited, okay, would you say your brother would have been more spirited or less spirited than you in that moment?
More. I will tell you, we both have a lot of fire in us. We get that from our mom, and I would say that listen, sometimes you let the emotions get the best of you.
Well, you're fighting, right? You're fighting, you're clawing, I mean, you've got something great going, and it's one way. And I think people don't understand, as a player, if you see your coach battling for you like that, you're like, shit, man, I got to roll. I got to push a little bit harder.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, listen, obviously we're down Luke. Scout Jack was out, and he's been probably the best offensive guard in our league.
Yep.
And Suter was in foul trouble the whole stinking game. And it's like, and I'll be honest, a couple of those calls I thought were questionable, and it is what it is. It's hard. Being an official, yep. I couldn't do it. Luke, I mean, you're hearing from me, you're hearing from the other side, you're hearing from fans. It's like nothing's ever good enough. And it's a hard job, man. Like there's so many 50-50 calls out there.
Yeah.
Right? But they have a huge impact on the game. And scoreboard wasn't working on one side of the court. And it's just like, I'd never seen that in 20 some years of coaching college basketball. And it's like, what are we doing here? And then we didn't play well. Yeah. And I told our guys at halftime, I said, listen, this isn't on anybody other than us, right? We have to own it. We have to man up. We have to do our jobs. You can't flinch. And we have to be unflappable. And I was very, very calm, cool, and collected after halftime. I was just right there during halftime walking off. So I do apologize to the DJ about his speaker because I couldn't have done that. I told him I'd buy him a new one if it was had any complications with it, but he shouldn't have done that. It got to be better. Yeah. And I told our guys at halftime, listen, I can't get a T. I owned it. I said, but at the same time, I said, we need to light a fire under ourselves. Like we got to freaking get it going.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
does the family say anything to you after those instances where you get a little bit spirited? Like did Amanda say something like, Trav, you gotta chill out, dude?
So my 3-year-old daughter, Luke Aspen, said, Daddy, you were a bad boy last night. And
you should see Uncle John.
Yeah. So and she said, you had big feelings. And I said, yeah, you know what? I said, you're right. I said, on me. I said, it won't happen again. She said, that was scary. And I said, yeah, I said, I can't do Daddy can't do that. So that's setting a bad example.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny. I can only imagine what she thinks of your brother. But it's all good. Listen, you won the game. That was a really awesome ending. Kind of the, keep it going and stuff like that. What has the biggest challenge been this year as for you as a head coach and also your coaching staff?
I think that, as you continue to win and you continue to um, go on as we've gone on this journey, right? I do think people or try to pull you separate directions. Look, they do, and it's can you keep the main thing the main thing? Can you stay
Mhm,
focused on the task at hand? And our group's done a good job of it. Like
mhm,
we got a really, really mature staff and just embracing the process of watching film with our guys, spending extra time with them outside the court,
mhm,
preparing the right way for whoever we're about to play, whether it's Toledo or Akron or Kent
mhm.
State. Um, we've done a good job, but I will say that listen, that's been the challenge though, right? You can't let complacency set in. It's like you're going to get everybody's best shot. How do you keep the main thing and
Mhm.
continue to get better, right?
Yeah.
And not just trying to win games, we're trying to get better. And I think those two things can go together at the
Mhm.
same time, right? But as long as we keep our eye on, peaking in March here late, I think we'll put our team in a good position.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree with you. And I guess what has been the most surprising thing this year? I mean, I love. I'm pissed I haven't been invited to Malay Hall. I'm not allowed in Southwestern Ohio due to some past experiences. But what's been kind of like the coolest thing for you seeing this? Like, is it I mean, the support? I mean, I will tell you, I am seeing Miami, Ohio clothing everywhere now, everywhere. I mean, I got a buddy who you met him last year. I brought him up to the Michigan game. I mean, that guy, I swear, like you don't change your shit. I don't think he changes his shit either. I mean, it's
Look,
everything's always Miami, Ohio. And I'm like, I
yep.
was at the airport, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it like it's really cool to see that part of it, what this can bring for an institution. I mean, it's the best marketing and PR that any institution can have, and especially the mid-major level anywhere.
Yeah, I think just connecting the past to the current, present and to the future as well.
Mhm.
Like when I'm around in Cincinnati, we still live in Cincinnati, and which is right, it's not Oxford isn't too far away, and there's a ton of Miami alums, down in the Cincinnati area, man, and just there's so many people that like you said, that are wearing more Miami gear maybe than they've even wore before.
Mhm.
Hopefully taking even more pride in their school, current student base, getting them to all the games. Luke, I can't
Awesome.
tell you how proud I am of that because it was, like I said, I knew this thing was going to be a rebuild when I took it. I probably didn't realize how big of a rebuild it was going to be. Um, but and then you kind of get into it and it's, to see where we are now compared to where we were, 3 years ago. Man, it's been really cool to see. And I think the students are seeing that, hey, listen, we can
Yeah.
get behind things and make incredible memories for everybody.
Mhm.
Right. And then I think that will help hopefully with the future as well. We just continue. Can we help just gain Miami, this beautiful university that it is, even more visibility, across the country, man, because it is a special, special place.
Yeah.
And it's been fun to see that all kind of transpire here. This,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So, obviously you've got the transfer portal. You have the coaching portal too, okay? And I mean, you were at the Power 5 level at Xavier. You're the first and only coach ever known, I'm going to bring this up again, that's ever been fired after a win. Each to their own. And then Coach Hayes, continued the winning onward after that for till he went to Georgia State. But is the grass greener? I mean, there's obviously, we were talking a little bit off air, you haven't signed your extension, whatever. I mean, we know what goes on because we talk to coaches all the time and have become friends with them and understand the animal and the beast. But as you go through this and you've got young kids, you've got a 3-year-old, you have young kids, you've been through the grind. it seems like it's getting harder for a lot of your coaching community to kind of make these decisions to jump and leave.
Yeah, I think you said it. The grass isn't always greener. Everything's about fit, in my opinion, and and that's what kind of led us here to Miami. If I'm being honest, my family and I the fit piece was really, really good for us. Just from an academic standpoint, we believed in the school. We had a lot of friends that had went to Miami that they would talk about how much they loved this school.
Everybody's good looking in Miami. I've never met anybody ugly from Miami.
So even me, I didn't go to Miami, but
well, that's what I tried to be nice about.
Yeah, use your words very carefully there.
I am,
but it's all about fit, man. We love Miami. We've enjoyed our experience here. It's all about the people. Love David Saylor, our athletic director, President Crawford. Obviously have relationships with several of the board members as well. And just all the other coaches, we all support each other, and it's a neat community. The only reason I said this in the media afterwards was I just haven't signed it because I haven't even looked at my contract extension.
You want to send it to me and I'll just kind of look at it?
I'll
add some things.
Add some things on there. But I haven't, honestly, God, I haven't even looked at it.
Yeah.
And I'm super grateful to get an offer, an extension. But I promised our guys probably back in, I don't know, before I even got the contract extension offer, probably mid-January, I just said, hey, fellas, let's just lock in and enjoy this ride, right? We'll deal with all the other stuff in the off season.
Yeah.
Right. Let that stuff, it'll all take care of itself. Let's enjoy this ride together, because what we're doing is really, really special.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take anything away from that. And I made our promise to our guys that I would do that, and vice versa. I'm not trying to leave. I've told Miami that we love it here. We absolutely love it here. And we believe in what we're building. We believe in this school.
Yeah. Well, the only jobs I'd be concerned about is the commute to Columbus and potentially the public institution Cincinnati, since you live in Cincinnati. You wouldn't have to move. Yeah. That's part of it. I mean, it's crazy. I was just with the head coach last week, and he actually signed the extension, and I'm not ripping on you by any means. And he's in a mid-major. I saw the facilities firsthand. I've seen what they're doing. I'm like, why would you leave? You got another child on the way in the summer. If you want to go eventually, there's always going to be opportunities, and you can build something and you can sustain something. I mean, I'm not going to give up your recruiting philosophy, because you told me after a game 1 year or a couple months ago, and it's makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, we got it good here. We got it really, really good here.
Yeah,
and we can build something that is going to be very sustainable here in Miami.
Yeah. I'll ask that question too in a month. But anyway, onward. I'm just kidding. So how do you, there's a lot of stuff going on in the media, they don't play a good and I don't want to talk about non-conference schedule. We've already beat that dead horse on the shows with you and off air and stuff like that. So I don't want to beat that. But how do you quiet the naysayers? There's a former coach who was a really good mascot in college. I won't say his name out loud, but he was a mascot in college at Boston College. First initial B, last initial P. Saying that, and I have some history. I went to UIC. He coached at Wisconsin, Milwaukee. I'll just leave that. Coached at Iowa. Our head coach coached at Illinois. We'll stop there. Okay. We'll stop there. Okay. It's an oyster. It's in an oyster. You can find that in an oyster. Okay. Here we go. So how do you kind of keep the naysayers at bay? Because here's the thing. If you lose, I hope I'm not jinxing, I'm not trying to, but you guys are deserving. I mean, you won the games that were put ahead of you. How do you shut up the naysayers? Is it just winning?
Hey, just win. We get to control our own destiny, which is great.
Yep.
Our goal was to win a MAC regular season championship, which is still attainable. We could win. Our goal was to win the MAC tournament championship in Cleveland. Which that's still attainable. We control our own destiny, and that's the beauty of this thing. And we'll let all the pundits argue back and forth, this and that. And again, everybody's got an agenda. Right. So, it just is what it is, man. We got to focus on the things that we could control, which is having a great practice, having a great lift, prepare the right way. Are we getting better? Then the results will take care of themselves.
Has another coach complained yet to the MAC offices and the MAC, another MAC head coach complained to the MAC's office that they only got to play you once this year?
Probably.
I don't know who that could be. So, all right. Last question. This is from Sam. I let him actually answer question. And it's funny because this is more of a my question. So, since you made the commitment to go in a Speedo, okay?
Yeah.
Have you been doing any extra crunches or ab workouts?
I have not. I probably need to get on that.
Yeah.
I probably need to get on that. You know, like I'm in decent shape. I work out every day. I'm in decent enough shape. Now, I don't know if I'm in good enough shape to be in a Speedo. See, the crazy thing is, Luke, like my staff didn't realize that it's a shared adversity, right? So, like, we're all going to wear a Speedo.
Coach Pennington, yeah, man.
Yeah, it's exactly right, man. They you know, they got to get in shape. They got to be ready.
Are you going to pick out the Speedos?
Man, you know, I'll probably let. I don't know. I've never worn a Speedo in my entire life, so
you need to get more European players.
Yeah.
Eastern European, especially.
Yeah, those Euro trunks or whatever they call them. Yeah, it's going to be a bad look, but you know, Reese Davis put me in a tough spot there. Kind of, you know, I was like, man, I gotta agree, I guess. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I really appreciate it. I know you got better things to do than shoot the crowd with me, other than maybe, you know, it sounded like you started the whole buying beers or drinks, and it seems like everybody's copying you now, especially one of your kids' classmates, fathers. And then, you know, Coach Holtman, who your brother played and went to college with. I mean, you're seeing it everywhere. And I'm like, dude, that's Travis Steele, man. You started that crap.
They started a little trend, started a trend.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. I mean, your brother takes the fans and students to Starbucks. You take them to a bar. So it's a win-win.
It's a win-win for everybody.
It's a win-win, Coach. But we really appreciate it. Check out the Miami Redhawks, man. They got 2 regular season games, and then it's all everything go in Cleveland and then onward and upward. But, Coach, we really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on.
So, all right. So, what do you think? I mean, he talked a lot about his year. He answered your questions about the swimsuit and having to do some more crunches, and we talked about that. Obviously, you know, do you see him? Just, you know, I want to finish up with this. Do you see? I mean, the coaching carousel is getting pretty crazy, and it's going to be nuts. I mean, we already have 7, 8 job openings, and it just began March. There's a lot more. There's a lot of like potential retirements, potential firings, potential, you know, what have you, maybe going to the NBA, whatever it is.
Yep.
Do you see Coach Steele coming back? And I say this, he's got a young family.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a taste of what the Power 4, Power 5 is. Do you see him coming back?
I don't. Not because he doesn't want to, not because he doesn't love it, but I think he's going to get some pretty tasty offers after the season he's had there. Is the grass greener or not? I can't speak to the way that he can. You know, I think it helps that, you know, he is one of the, I mean, he obviously has a lot of mentors and he's part of the fraternity of coaches. He's, you know, he's been doing this for a while. He knows what he's like. I think it needs to be the right opportunity. I don't think he's just going to take any step.
No, I don't think
no
so.
Ladder, you know, it has to be the right opportunity. I believe he needs to stay in the Midwest to be successful. I think he'd be successful anyway. I'd take that back. But it's like, I think his style fits really well into like the Midwest and recruiting and, you know, what he's known for. Yeah. So I think it needs to be I can see him moving into a slot that vacates this year. Like if Coach Schertz gets a position in a Power 4, which there's talks of it, he's a hot name. I think that SLU job would be a good step for Coach Travis Steele. I don't know. It's I think mental health wise, like stay at Miami. Like be treated.
I think mental health, like children, like family.
Next 10 years, you know, you've got your family there. You've got a new facility opening up. Like there's never been a better time to be at Miami of Ohio at their basketball program right now with what he's doing there. Yeah. So I don't know the right answer. I don't like speaking for coaches, but I think he deserves a chance, and I think if he wants the chance, he should take it. in the right atmosphere.
Yeah. I can see like his older brother John going because his kids are older. But I don't know. I even after talking to him, I really don't know. I trust that he's not floating his name out there and stuff like that. He's focusing on the season. You can tell because they're still.
I agree with that. We do know that there are coaches who are floating their names out and stuff like this time of year. I don't think he's one of those. I don't think that's his style or his personality. I think he is focused on his players right now and keeping them concentrated on just one game at a time. I love the approach he's had. I love the criticism that people are giving him and how he's responding to it, how his players are responding to it. And at the end of the day, I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to do. You know, they're winning games. It's not from a lack of trying to schedule better teams to play against them. And I think that's what the national media isn't seeing. They're like, oh, like, why should they get an automatic bid over like an Auburn or something like that? And it's like, it's not because Miami, Ohio didn't try to schedule better teams, because they did try to schedule better teams. And everybody said no. Right. So they took the best schedule that the country could give them. They're winning. They should not be penalized for this, no matter what happens the rest of the season. I want to see them in the NCAA tournament. They're deserving of it, and wish Coach Steele the best as they move into the MAC tournament.
Yeah, I mean, great interview. I really appreciate it. It's really exciting to see. What they do. They still got to play Toledo and OU, and they're going to be gunning. You know, they're kind of like wounded dogs, both the Rockets and the Bobcats. And then they got to go to Cleveland, so I'll see them there. But Sammy, great episode. You know, no full court press this week. Check out Mark Turgeon's interview I had with him last week. We'll be plugging that a lot this week. And then next week we'll have another College Basketball Weekly. Hopefully have maybe one of the coaches that are going dancing.
That'd be great.
One of these conferences on the show next week. That's a high possibility. And then the following week, we'll do our live show. It'll be taped, but we'll do it live that Monday instead of Sunday night. So we got a lot of good stuff coming down. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review where you can. If you're watching us on YouTube, pound that subscribe button. Follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And check us out on X and Instagram. And Sammy, always a pleasure being on the show talking ball. And I'm excited to see you in a couple weeks in a little place called Indianapolis. I'll be going to Buffalo before. I'll be going to the MAC tournament before. And who knows, I'll probably show up some random freaking conference tournament like I did last year, the WAC and freaking Big West and all this shit. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week on another College Basketball Weekly powered by the Full Court
Network. Let's get it, LT.
Yep.